Tokopedia.
রিধিকা, আমি তোমার গানটা অবশ্যই প্লে করে দেব।
সালাত তাসবিহ যে আমরা নামাজ অনেকে আদায় করি, হ্যাঁ এটা পাওয়া যায়, এটা আমরা আদায় করলে আমরা সব পেয়ে যাব।
on leg side. The leg stump, it was easy picking, but you still have to execute. And that was executed beautifully from Shea Hope.
Well, that's a beautiful stroke. 3 boundaries is hit, and the one maximum.
On leg side,
18 of his 25
it
have
was
gone
easy
boundaries.
picking, but you still have to execute.
Oh boy, on
That
his
was
walk on a
executed
Friday
beautifully.
morning.
He's chucking it back from the park. From Shea Hope. Surprised he doesn't have a dog with him.
Well, that's a beautiful stroke. 3 boundaries is hit, and the one maximum.
Look at him. He is absolutely
18 of his
freezing.
25 have gone boundaries.
Let me see that arm. Oh yes, that's a good arm. Oh yes,
Walk on a Friday morning.
brilliant arms. Chucking it back from the park. Shea Hope. Surprised he doesn't have a dog with him.
Well, that's a beautiful stroke. 3 boundaries is hit,
Been a
and the
baseball
one
player.
maximum.
Look at him.
Well, if I was in that field, I might have stuck that ball in my pocket and got on me where you are. Nice brand new kookaburra ball.
They're very expensive as well. So that's a good cricket shot. First maximum of the morning for the Windies.
I agree with you. Good single. Your point about Ambrose is excellent. A wide slip would be a very good position. And the last time he ran that ball to third man, he went to the other end, asked the umpire, was it on stumps? So that to me tells Ambrose not sure where his off stump is. So a slip would be a good position.
And that's what happens when you have those guys that like to run the ball. That's a ball I want to have that wide slip in place all the time. So I think Matata has really dropped the ball on this occasion when it comes to Sunil Ambrose. Look at it again. Well, Shea Hope was not interested at all. He just yelled out no. I think that's the loudest time I've ever heard him say that. But look at this delivery again. Too close to cut. Shea Hope has said, yelled out no early. Can't be more clear than that, I can tell you.
Yeah, there's been a few inconsistent calls between these two in the series. Probably not got the understanding that Hope might have with a more established international player. In the air, chipped. Should plug, should be hauled in. Ambrose wants 3. Hope wants 3. Good chip from Ambrose to finish the 10th. 50 for no loss.
আসছো তোমাকে গোলাপের ভালোবাসা ধুর তুমি শুধুই আমার
পাইছি
কুদ্দুস ভাই
এই প্রথম স্ট্রবেরি ফ্লেভারড বিস্কিটের পোলার স্ট্রবেরি আইসক্রিম কোন ভালো করতেই পারে মন কুদ্দুস ভাই কিন্তু খারাপ না পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাক এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট
Has left the com box, fancy dressed as he was, and a very dapper individual as Jeremy Allen Lewis.
Very kind of you, Niall, that. Nice to be known as Dapper, not as dapper as Tino. He's got his best of clubber on for Sunday church. Looking very well, Tino, today. Just one thing I've noticed, Niall, it was interesting you talking on comms there. Nothing expressed here about this Bangladesh attack, but if the Ireland bowling unit were coming down to look at this, you spoke about line and length and watchfulness of batsmen and a little bit more concentration on that aspect of cricket by them. They could learn a bit here today.
Well, that's exactly where they've been. Thereabouts. Attack the top of the off stump. It's not a wicket where you can blast batsmen out with pace and bounce and seam movement. Hit a line of length. Make the batsmen do something they don't want to do. It's a good power play all the same. West Indies were 50 for no loss, so they'll be happy, but Bangladesh have bowled well. A couple of half chances created, but so far, game in the balance.
I think when you look across this series, no one has blasted at any stage in this series. They've largely played on good pitches. This one, as you say, is that little bit lower today. Actually, that's clever by Shea Hope there. There could have been total confusion there, and rightly, Ambrose was a wee bit confused. His back turn, and quite rightly, he went back. Clever batting from Hope.
Well, there's a clear misunderstanding between this pair. This is the 3rd time today there's been a miscommunication. They've been lucky. They haven't resulted in a run out.
Well, again, a lot of that is to do with relationship as well, because largely over this series, the running by the West Indies has been very, very good.
Well, that's a great shot. Shai Hope smashes that one in the air, yes. Murtaza was hopeful. There was a shout of catch, but it was too hard, and the placement was good.
Well, if anything, just a little bit wide, but again, from a bowling point of view, wasn't a bad length at all. It was hit in the air, placement to key, and it races to the boundary. And you can see from the reaction of Murtaza, he won't be that worried about that.
Well, as a bowler, that's what you want. Make them hit. Okay, it's not his best ball, but it's a decent length. Make them hit a good length and take a chance. Punches, wants to, should get to. Well, there's a clear misunderstanding. One batsman wanting to, the other one not.
Come boys, come boys, come boys, come boys.
Well, all I've watched of Shai Hope in this series, he's always pushing twos. You can clearly see, look, he's off. I don't know. Ambra's having a bit of a giggle.
Well, they won't be laughing if one of them gets run out. So they need to sort their calling out here.
Worst way to get out in cricket. No.
You've been very impressed with Hope this series, Alan. Very fine player. Big part to play, you think, for the West Indies in the World Cup?
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's going to be very interesting because he's just clocked up so many runs opening the batting. His record opening the batting over the last couple of innings has been spectacular. And the thing that I like so much about him is just his technical work. He's technically so good, and he's done ever so well. It's Harry Carey out there at the end of the 11th, 57 without loss.
Come on, boys.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ
if it's the sort of thing that he feels will work for him, you go with it. There's certain times in a game you may have to do Sergeant Major on it in terms of the aspect, the way you're thinking about a team. And I think clearly someone like Owen Morgan would be very direct about that type of thing, but you will always back your bowler. Another great shot, full from the fizz, but it's been smashed down the ground by Ambrose. And he's taking control here for the West Indies. Some great batting.
Well, foot stays leg side, gives himself access to the ball. Too wide, too full from the fizz. Easy pickings for a man of Sunil Ambrose's form. It's a cold day, but they're warm in applause.
আচ্ছা বাবা, আমি দুই চোখ দিয়ে একই জিনিস কেন দেখি?
24 ঘন্টায় এক দিন।
দিনে 24 ঘন্টা হলে ঘড়িতে মাত্র 12 ঘন্টা কেন? মা, আমাকে প্রতিদিন নিডো কেন দাও?
তোমার এই কৌতূহলী প্রশ্নগুলো যেন চলতেই থাকে তাই। সোনামণির শারীরিক ও মানসিক বিকাশে 14টিরও বেশি ভিটামিনস ও মিনারেলস সমৃদ্ধ বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর সেলিং মিল্ক পাউডার নিডো ফর্টিগ্রো।
মা, মাছ কিভাবে ঘুমায়?
বারো গোড়া কৌতূহলে। Nestle, good food, good life.
Mind. You've spoken to them enough. You've been behind the poles.
Well, we might come back to that conversation because it might need more than one ball. That might be a wide. Short ball. Gets away with it. 12 overs bowled. 69 for no loss.
Very much.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
আরে ভাবি, নতুন গাড়ি না? নতুন।
আম্মু, কত বড় ক?
কত বড় ক? কত বড় ক?
পোলার জাফরান মালাই আইসক্রিমে জাফরান, ছানা, কিসমিস, খেজুর ও বাদামের দারুণ মিশ্রণ। ভালো করতেই পারে মন। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
Great start here for the West Indies, losing the toss, being inserted by Mashrafi Mortaza, 69 for no loss. Got a change of bowling at the polar end. Mossadegh Hussain, right arm off spinner. Early in his career, not a great average. Economy rate is good, and a best of 3 for 13. He'll be hoping for something similar today.
Well, this will be the facet of the game for me. How West Indies attack slow bowling, which they have not done at any stage in this series. Very few sweeps. And again, interesting now, which is something they haven't done in previous games. Bangladesh, man posted out in the deep mid-wicket boundary, which they hadn't bothered with up to this particular game. So good tactics from them.
Yeah, everyone up on the offside for the offie. They're not a sweeping nation. You don't think of West Indians in the last 10 years as sweepers. You think of Gale, Samuels, the Bravos of this world. They're not big sweepers of the ball, more power players. But this current side haven't used their power at all this series. They've been very watchful against spin.
It's something I've been really surprised with, because when you look around the world of international cricket, it's such a profitable shot if played correctly and well.
We'll wait and see is the call. No Shakib today, of course, for Bangladesh, so that's a plus for the West Indies batsman. Right arm offie, Mossadegh. It's going to be wide leg side.
It's a funny one because it obviously in that game against Ireland, Shakib, side strain, difficult sometimes for a bowler, but he did it batting obviously. Such a pivotal player for Bangladesh, as we know, so he'll be wrapping cotton wool for the next week or two, I would imagine.
Well, from Dhaka to Chattogram to Khulna to Sylhet, they'll all be keeping their fingers and toes crossed as Shakib comes through this injury. Short, pull away. They've got protection, as you mentioned, Alan, but such a huge star in Bangladesh, Shakib. pivotal player, you would think, for Bangladesh to have any chance of going to the knockout stage of the World Cup. He needs to be fit and firing.
Well, he's just the type of player I love watching right throughout his career. His calmness, his variety when he bowls, and the speed with which he bowls an over. If he's got 3 dots early, he's through you in 1 minute and 15 seconds, and you think, where have you gone? And I always remember in the late stage of our career, in my career, Hansi Cronje talked about that, how games can be lost in the middle overs. And if you look at the games they've lost against Bangladesh in this series, it's the middle overs they've lost it.
7.
Good work. Miraz at mid-wicket, 13 overs bowled, 74 for no loss.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ। গাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম।
গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা।
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সবসময় আপনার পাশে। বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী ট্যাঙ্ক। গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা। বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে গাজী গ্রুপ।
Well, the final of the Walton Tri-Series, West Indies batting first. Moved on well, it must be said. 74 for no loss. Hope 34, Ambrose 38. Double change. Mehdi Miraz into the attack from the Isfahani end, so double off spin, Alan.
Yeah, interesting. The Fizz just given 1 over by his skipper, possibly putting the naughty chair. So Mahidi is on. He's done a good job for his team. Mahidi Miraz, 21 years of age. Reasonably good numbers there. Again, in any of these jobs that spinners do for your team, that economy rate is so important, and that's good. 4.36, up there with the best.
Yeah, series so far, 3 games. He sat a game out, rested 2 wickets only, but economy 3.95. Wonderful young cricketer. He can hold the bat, very good in the field. He's got leadership experience in the Bangladesh Premier League, so a nice foil, you would think, for Shakib Al Hassan, left arm. Obviously not playing today, but generally left arm one end, right arm off at the other. And as you mentioned, get through the overs quickly. All of a sudden, on top of the opposition.
It's a good shot, that. It's gone wide, easy too. Had to Tamim, who's patrolled that area for all of this series. He must just go there metronomically. Haven't seen him anywhere else.
Used to be a slip fielder at Tamim many years ago, but patrols the boundary nowadays. Flighted. Worked easily for a single. It'll be interesting to see if these two West Indies right-hand batsmen, the ball turning in, if they go downtown, if they take the off-spinner on. Not huge boundaries here at Malahide, so if you're willing to commit to the stroke, hit through the line, you've got a good chance of carrying the boundary.
That's leg.
Well, you played a lot more on this ground than I did. Obviously, it was a redeveloped ground, but it's a difficult ground to defend. Angles are quite difficult here.
Good shot. 2's the call. Should easily get there. Tamim again will trot around and retrieve, but he can't keep it to a single, so another 2 for Hope. It's a good ground for batting. Once you get in this ground, you can score quickly. Very hard to restrict. As a spin bowler, I always felt if you, especially finger spin, if you can get close to the pitch and hit through the line, you can carry the boundary easily. We just haven't seen that intent from the West Indies all series, which has been, well, perplexing, to be honest.
Maybe they've been lulling us now because without a great degree of express, or they've cantered to 80. They've done well. Interesting too. Both batsmen actually set up pretty similar, don't they? Ambrose and Hope.
Well, Ambrose you would think is a bit more of a hitter. Hope probably a bit more elegant, easy on the eye, you would say. Dot to finish. Good over for the West Indies though. 14 ball, 80 for no loss.
পোলার নতুন টুইনি কাপ আইসক্রিম ভ্যানিলার সাথে স্ট্রবেরি রিপলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন ভালো করতেই পারে মন। আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
Today, the passing of Keith Van Anderson was a wonderful cricket supporter, not just the West Indies, of all cricket, especially at Lords. You could often see him in the long room there.
Well, you never missed him. Great character, and sad to see his passing today.
Yeah, I would agree. And although we have overcast conditions, a little bit of drizzle or mizzle or whatever you want to call it in the air, it looks a good pitch. You did the picture. You would think 300 would be thereabouts as a par score.
Yeah, the only thing I thought in bowling first was it was a soft day in Ireland, and if there was going to be any sort of movement, the feature right throughout this tournament has been the lack of early wickets. And again, it's a symptom again today. West Indies no loss. Not on the 15th over and on 83 already. Doing very well.
A soft day. I'm 37. I've never heard that expression in my life.
You haven't been around too much looking. There are always people down the country talk about a soft day. Soft day, Niall. Soft day today. 12 degrees. Look at him. This is up Kumar Sangakkar. I thought that was in the stand.
Well, finds the fielder. 15 overs bowled, 84 for no loss.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি।
গাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা।
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
37-year-old Irishman. Never heard of a soft day, huh? These young fellas.
Dear old mate. Hasn't been round enough, JK.
Used to be soft day, thank God, wasn't it?
Both spinners a little bit short here. A lot of balls being played off the back foot. Better there from Mahidi. Get it up above the eye line. Bring the batsman forward.
Well, the West Indies opening partnership going well here. 87 without loss now in the 16th over. Mortaza and Saifuddin working in tandem together. Actually started quite well in the bowling department for Bangladesh. Remember, won the toss, decided to field. But since those opening overs. Hope and Ambrose really have settled to the task well, and Ambrose has been in terrific form recently. We know that in this series, replacing John Campbell at the top of the order, making that wonderful 148 against Ireland. And he's closing in on his 50 after only 53 deliveries, and Hope will run a ball really.
Well, they've both been gorging on runs in this Tri-Nation series.
Hello, good boy, good boy.
They've played ever so well.
Good boy.
But there's a different sense of urgency about the West Indies today. I just sense it.
Well ball.
Pushed down the ground by Hope for another single. Yeah, interesting to hear as well, Jason Holden, captain, talking to Niall O'Brien at the toss. Niall had asked him about the fielding. We'll get to that in a second. 88 without loss.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
আসছো, তোমাকে গোলাপের ভালোবাসা। ধুর, তুমি শুধুই আমার, তুমি শুধুই আমার।
পাইছি,
কুদ্দুস ভাই,
এই প্রথম স্ট্রবেরি ফ্লেভারড বিস্কিটের পোলার স্ট্রবেরি আইসক্রিম কোন। ভালো করতেই পারে মন। কুদ্দুস ভাই কিন্তু খারাপ না। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
88 without loss. It's going to be a change of bowling now from the polar end. Sabir Rahman with his leg breaks. But, just alluding to the fact that Jason Holder talking to Niall O'Brien before the toss, or during the toss, saying that they've been working on their feelings, and it's something that's let them down a little bit in this tri-series, and they have to work hard in it. There's a World Cup coming.
And the other part is being the urgency in these middle overs, and that has changed somewhat, and you can sense it by the way Bangladesh are ringing the changes. So Sabir coming on. Just changing things up now, Murtaza.
Big appeal. Richard Kettleborough unmoved.
That's Sabir, good shot, Sabir.
Right, the block hole. That's going to miss leg though.
Come in, boys. Come in, legs.
Worth a shout. Might get two here. Yeah, Ambrose is calling Hope back. Good running. Run the first one quick.
Well, he's just got that wide of long off, and instinctively when he hit the ball he knew there was two, and a very comfortable two there was.
I just want to mention the passing of a Dublin football legend, Anton O'Toole, the Blue Panther they used to call him. Died today at the age of 68. Dublin football in mourning over his sad passing today. Wonderful footballer, the Blue Panther. May he rest in peace.
Well said, JK.
Wow, Roman. Lovely roam.
The feature we haven't seen from the West Indies. Ambrose advancing down the pitch there.
Himself a bit of room there, just try to crack that square of the wicket. Didn't quite come off.
Ball, Roman.
Single to end the 17th, 91 without loss.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ। গাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারই না পাইতাম।
গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা।
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট
পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সবসময় আপনার পাশে। বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী ট্যাঙ্ক। গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা। বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে গাজী গ্রুপ।
That's the bowling figures. Fizzy getting a bit of a treatment. Immediately taken off at the end of his one over as Hope and Ambrose fill their boots. Helmet now for Ambrose. He's been using the cap against the spinners, but going back to a bit of pace now. Bangladesh winning the toss, deciding to put the West Indies in. 36 meeting between these sides in ODI. West Indies have the whip hand really, winning 21 of those. Bangladesh 13, 2 no results. It's the first time indeed Bangladesh and the West Indies are meeting in a final in international cricket. 6 times Bangladesh have been in various finals, yet to win one. West Indies themselves haven't won an ODI series or tournament in nearly 5 years. So Fizzy's back. Mr. Pizur Rahman went for 12 in his opening over. Ambrose 4 short now of his half century. Last average for 5 ODIs, or last 5 ODIs, is 260, but the way these pair have gone about it, after 17 overs, 92 without loss, they'll be fancying something close to the 300 mark, if not beyond it. Lovely shot. There's a man down there, just a single though. Textbook.
Yeah, the Fizz back in the attack after a strange opening over from him. Just didn't really settle, and he will be hoping to make amends now. Such premium on a discipline line and length. As I said earlier, the focus for most of the batsmen in this series is any width at all, cash in.
Those spits and spots of rain thankfully seems to have passed us by. Hopefully that's all we'll see today.
We may need a bit of luck there. John, there has been rain in the air, but gladly it hasn't come down at any serious level to take players from the field.
And the most important thing is we got to start this morning as well. We could have been lingering around the spits and spots of rain that they can play through, and hopefully that's all it'll be. Good shot, Shea Hope. Running to do for the fielders. They won't cut that off though as it heads down towards the hospitality suites. And a nice shot from Hope to take him too short of his half century.
One of the features of driving, it's not that high top hand that these slaps through the offside, and again placement from Hope, perfection. And it's the skill of a great player, or a really good player, when you get a loose delivery that you do put it away for a boundary. And Hope's placement throughout this series has been exquisite.
The Fizz has gone for 5 in this, so that's 17 he's gone for. Only one and a bit overs, going around the wicket this time. He was player of the match in the second match against the Windies, which Bangladesh won by 5 wickets, taking 4 for. But this opening pair like what they see from the Fizz so far. Cracked down the ground, and that's gone all the way.
It's a maximum for Shea Hope, and it's a maximum that has brought him his 50. 54 now from 50 deliveries, and he just goes from strength to strength, Shea Hope. He's hungry for runs. Every innings he's impressed. Didn't get all of that, but the straight hits, of course, John, here in Malahide aren't that excessive, and it just crept over the boundary. But he's played beautifully for his 54 to date, and he's been a pleasure to watch throughout this series.
He really has. Scores of 170, 109, 20, 87, and now past his half century. He is a man in form, and the Windy supporters will be delighted to see him playing so well ahead of the World Cup at the end of the month. Shook it back for two here. Outfield just a little slippy with the spits and spots of rain we've had over the last hour or so.
And that's the end of the 18th.
আরে ভাবি, নতুন গাড়ি না? নতুন।
আম্মু কত বড় ক?
কত বড় ক? কত বড় ক?
পোলার জাফরান মালাই আইসক্রিমে জাফরান, ছানা, কিসমিস, খেজুর ও বাদামের দারুণ মিশ্রণ। ভালো করতেই পারে মন। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
এটাই বেস্ট। প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
নতুন টুইনি কাপ আইসক্রিম, ভ্যানিলার সাথে স্ট্রবেরি রিপলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন, ভালো করতেই পারে মন। আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to the fans of both Bangladesh and the West Indies. We really hope that you'll have a fantastic...
In the West Indies morning, put into bat. Shea Hope on 56, Ambrose on 47. They're past the century mark now after 18 overs.
And of course, two batsmen in great form here right throughout this series, and again just showing it here, some exquisite shots, that in particular taken off leg stump out of the ground, and it's been the placement, quality of the stroke play, and again it's just symptomatic of two batsmen in great form, and they've taken the West Indies to a great start. There's been a fresh energy about them in particular.
There's the bowling figures. Mustafizur really has been thumped. 25 from just 2 overs. And then last over he went for a 4 and a 6, which took Hope to his half century. Wasn't a bad start between Mortaza and Saifuddin. They first 5 or 6 overs in their spell. And the West Indies just a little worried. And since then, these two have started to open up the shoulders and put the feet on the accelerator and take themselves past the century.
Well, the one set of bowling figures that struggle there is the Fizz. 2 overs for 25, but even the way they've worked spin around the place, of course no Shakib here today. John, those different angles, regulation finger spin, which is that bit easier.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
Coming up to reach that half century, he required physio on the ground to his back. Managed to carry on to get his half century before he retired hurt. Obviously, we'll try to get to that particular mark, but they're not going to risk him today. So Shakib Al Hassan out. Rubal Hassan played the other day. He's also out. And with Jayed, and he was the man who was man of the match. Took 5 for it against Ireland. He also misses out today.
Sure, he's not happy with that. Did a good job against Ireland in only his second ODI. 5 wickets for him. That's an extraordinary shot. Don't know what he was
Are you
trying to
calling
do
that a
there.
shot? It's very strange.
Bit of a scoop there. Two minds, Ambrose. He was just trying to get a little dab sweep and then changed his mind. Didn't look very elegant, that John.
No. Like Bambi on ice. Better. There is a man out there.
Obviously not the greatest of deliveries, but a wee bit of turn there for Shabir, which there hasn't been a huge amount of in this series. The pitches largely have been very, very good.
Good for batting. It's going to fall short. Just the one hop.
And again, that's the sort of ball as a batsman you can think maximum, but hope. Still believes he's got to build. Well played by him. Knew exactly what he was doing there. So easy to hole out. Probably the furthest part of the ground today.
Remember, it's too shy of his 50. They're going to push for the second, will they? And it's a good stop on the boundary, so they're going to cruise through. And Sonny Lambris, who's in terrific form with the bat, having replaced John Campbell at the top of the order for the West Indies, reaches a milestone for him. Another 50 off just 60 deliveries. Both have now gone past their half century. Good batting, Sonny Lambris.
Played very well, these two. Again, Ambrose in a rich vein of form. Big scores in this tournament. And this pair have forged a very good partnership. And I sense that might be 4 more, John. Loose delivery from Sabir. Not a very good ball at all. Squirted off a thick outside edge. But it was meat and drink out there. Yes, indeed.
The first time in the series we're getting music to boundaries. A little Boston more than a feeling, as that ball flew away to the boundary. Fizz couldn't cut that off. Take a single off that. 113 without loss. 114 without loss.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি। গাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা।
কি প্রবলেম?
আমরা বোর।
বোর?